Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you all know that in the last video we solved the questions from 1 to 10. So in this video we are going to solve the questions starting from 11. So now in the 11th question what did they say? They are saying that the length is given to you as 36 centimeter, the breadth is given to you as 28 centimeter, and now they are telling that the perimeter of square. So perimeter of square is equal to the perimeter of rectangle. So I can write that perimeter of rectangle is equal to the perimeter of square. So this they have given in the question. Now they are telling you to find the side of the square. So now since they have given you the length and breadth, so you can find the perimeter of the rectangle. So let's find the perimeter of the rectangle. The perimeter of rectangle is 2 times L plus B. So perimeter will be 2 times 36 plus 28, and then we get this as 2 multiplied by 36 plus 28 is 64, and I get this as 128 centimeter. So now I have got the perimeter of rectangle as 128 centimeter. Now can I write that perimeter of square will also be 128 centimeter? Yes, why? Because they are telling that the perimeter of rectangle is equal to the perimeter of square. So now what's the perimeter of a square? It is 4 times side. So that is equal to 128. So now what is going to be my side? Side is going to be 128 divided by 3. So what does this? This is 32 centimeter. So this is the side of the square. So now let's move on to the next question. So the 12th question says that the radius of a circle is 21 centimeter. So they have given you the radius. So you know that the radius is 21 centimeter. You have to find the circumference. So now, do you know what circumference? Yes, circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, where we take pi as 22 by 7. So now let's find the circumference. And what is this r here? R is the radius. So now you know that in the square and rectangle we say the length covered or the distance covered as perimeter. But when it comes to circle, we say that it is circumference. So let's substitute this. So 2 into 22 by 7 multiplied by radius is 21. So can I cancel this? Yes. So when I do this, that is 2 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 3. So I get this as 132 centimeter. So this is the radius, or this is the circumference of a square. So this is the 12th question. Now let's move on to the 13th question. So what does 13th question says? 13th question says that the circumference is given to you. Again in this they are giving you the circumference. So now if they have given you the circumference, let's find, they are telling you to find the radius and diameter. So can I find the radius and diameter? Yes. So let's see. So 13th question. So the circumference is given to me as 440. So what is circumference? It is 2 pi r. That is equal to 440. And they are telling you to find the radius and diameter. So radius I don't know, diameter I don't know. So now let's substitute this. So 2 into 22 by 7 into r. That is not given to me. That is equal to 440. Now this I can write this as 44 by 7 times r is 440. Then when I do cross multiplication, I can write 44r is 7 multiplied by 440. Now what will this r be? This will be 7 into 440 divided by 44. When I cancel this, I get this as 10. So I can see that my radius is 70 centimeter. So now can you tell me what will be the diameter? You know that the diameter is double the radius, that is 2 times the radius. So radius is 70. So diameter will be 2 multiplied by 70. So that is giving me 140 centimeter. So this is the 13th question. Now let's move on to the 14th question. So what does 14th question says? 14th question says that the diameter of a circular field. So they have given you the diameter as 56 meter. Okay, yeah. So the diameter is 56 meter and they are telling you to find the circumference and they are telling you to find the cost of fencing. And the cost of fencing for 1 meter they have given that for 1 meter the cost is rupees 80. This is also simple. You know the diameter. So you know that the diameter is 2 times the radius. So what will be the radius? Radius will be half of diameter. So diameter is 56. So I can do 56 divided by 2. So this is giving me 28 meter. So I have got the radius. Now can I find the circumference? Yes, which is 2 pi r. So when I substitute this, so pi is 22 by 7 into I get the r as 28. So when I cancel this, I will get 7. Then this becomes 176 meter. So this is my circumference. Now you also have to find the cost of fencing. So for 1 meter the cost is rupees 80. Now for 176 meter what it will be? Yes, it is going to be 176 multiplied by 80. So that will be the cost of 176 meter. So when I do this, I will get the answer as 14080. So this is the cost of fencing the complete field. So this is the cost. So this is the 14th question. Now let's move on to the 15th question. So what does 15th question say? The radius of two circles is given to you. So you know that the radius of two circles. So let us say that the radius of first circle is R1. So that is given to me as 20 centimeter. Let us say that the radius of second circle is R2, which is 13 centimeter. And they are telling you to find the difference of their circumference. So that means the difference of their circumference. So you have to find C1 minus C2. So now I can find what is C1. So what is going to be my C1? It will be 2 pi R1. So you can find C1 and then you have to find C2. So C2 will be 2 pi R2. So what I have to do? I have to do C1 minus C2. So let's see. Instead of calculating separately, I can write this is 2 pi R1 minus 2 pi R2. This is R2. So now when I do this, I can take 2 pi common and this becomes R1 minus R2. So now 2 into 22 by 7 multiplied by R1. So what is R1? It is 20 minus R2 is 13. So this becomes 44 by 7 and 13 minus 20 minus 13 is 7. So when I cancel this, I get that the difference between them is 44 centimeter. So was that simple? Yes, because if you would have calculated separately, then it would be a double task. First find C1, then find C2, then subtract them. Instead, I just did directly. I took common and I did it directly. So this was the 15th question. Now let's move on to the 16th question. So what does 16th question say? The diameter is again given to me as 42 centimeter and they are telling you to find the perimeter. And they are telling that the perimeter of the circle is doubled. If you are doubling the perimeter of the circle, so if the perimeter is getting doubled, then what you have to do? You have to find the radius of the new circle. So this is my 16th question. So what we can do here? So this is also simple. So now they have given you the diameter. So if the diameter is 42 centimeter, can I write that radius will be 21 centimeter? Because that is nothing but 42 divided by 2. So radius is given. So as I told you, just like we say perimeter in square and rectangle, we have circumference in circle. But since here they have mentioned perimeter, which is nothing but circumference itself. So can I find circumference? Yes. So what will be circumference? It will be 2 pi r. So that becomes 2 into 22 by 7 multiplied by 21. So when I do this 22 into 6, I get this as 132 centimeters. So this was the first part. Now they are saying that the perimeter is getting doubled. So double means 2 times. So can I write that the new perimeter is going to be my 2 into 132? Yes, so that is going to be my 264 centimeter because they are telling me to double it. So this is done. Now you have to find the radius of new circle. So perimeter is given. So that is 2 pi r. So how to find this radius? Radius will be perimeter by 2 pi. And the perimeter is given to you as 264 divided by 2 into pi, that is giving me 44 by 7. So when I cross multiply, I get this as 264 into 7 by 44. So now when I cancel this, I will get this as 6. So I'll get the new radius is 42 centimeter. So this was also simple. Just the trick was instead of circumference, they mentioned this as perimeter. So this was the 16th question. Now let's move on to the 17th question. So what does my 17th question says? 17th question says that the perimeter of a square. So perimeter of square, they are telling that this is equal to the circumference of circle. And if the length of each side of the square, that means the side of the square is given to you as 22 centimeter. So side is given to me as 22 centimeter. They are telling me to find perimeter of square. So first I have to find the perimeter of square. Then they are telling me to find the radius. So radius of circle. Then they are telling me to find the circumference. So these are the three things. So perimeter of square is simple. So that is 4 times side. So 4 times side is 4 multiplied by 22 because the side is 22. So I get the perimeter as 88 centimeter. So the perimeter of square is done. Now the same perimeter is equal to the circumference of circle. So can I write that circumference is 2 pi r and circumference will again be 88 because perimeter of square is equal to the circumference of circle. So now how can I find radius? Radius will be 88 divided by 2 pi. So that becomes 88 divided by 2 into 22 by 7. That gives me 44 by 7. And then when I reciprocal this, it becomes 88 multiplied by 7 divided by 44. When I cancel this, I get the radius as 14 centimeter. So the radius is done. Now they are telling you to find the circumference. Again very simple. So circumference will anyways be the same. That is 88 because the perimeter of square is equal to the circumference. So let us check if it is correct or not. So 2 into 22 by 7 into 14. So I can see that this is also giving me 88 centimeter. So this was the 17th question. Now let's move on to the 18th question. So what does my 18th question says? 18th question says that the radius of a circle, you have to find the radius of a circle whose circumference is equal to the sum of circumference. Whose circumference is equal to the circumference of the circles which are having radius as 15 centimeter and which is having radius as 8 centimeter. So this is my question. So they are telling that you have to find the radius of a circle whose circumference is equal to the, so let us say that the circumference of the first circle which is C1 and this I can say that the circumference of the second circle which is C2. So the new radius circumference will be equal to the sum of C1 and C2. So let's see what will be the new circumference. So C1 is 2 pi R1 plus C2 is 2 pi R2. So I can take 2 pi common from here. So this becomes R1 plus R2. So now this I can write 2 pi into what is R1, that is 15. And what is R2, that is 8. Then when I do this, 2 into 22 by 7 multiplied by 23. So when I do this, so now what will be my answer? Answer is going to be in decimal. So when I do 44 multiplied by 23 divided by 7, I get my answer as 144.15. So now I have got the circumference. So now can I find radius from here? Yes, I can find the radius. So, or instead what we can do, no? See, here also we have 2 pi. So, this 2 pi can get cancelled. So, instead, let us keep this 2 pi as it is, or let us keep it as 1. Doesn't matter. Because circumference I have got, let's keep this as this thing only. 2 pi into 23 because it will get cancelled. So, it will be easier for us to do. So, I can keep this as 2 pi into 23. So, now what I have got the circumference? I have got the circumference as 2 pi multiplied by 23 and this is 2 pi multiplied by radius. So I have to find the radius. So what will be radius? Radius will be 2 pi multiplied by 23 divided by 2 pi. So this becomes that my radius is 23 centimeter. So that was the reason. See, if you would have had answer in decimal, then it would be difficult for you to calculate. So I kept this as 2 pi itself because here also we had 2 pi. So both will get cancelled. So that was the reason why I changed it. So this was the 18th question. So now let's move on to the 19th question. So the 19th question says that diameter of a circle whose circumference, okay, this is also very similar. You have to find the diameter here whose circumference is equal to the circumference of 3 circles, that is C1, C2 and C3, and whether R1 is given to me as 10 centimeter, R2 is given to me as 12 centimeter, R3 is given to me as 8 centimeter. So again, it's the same thing. I can write circumference will be 2 pi. I can take common from all and I'll get R1 plus R2 plus R3. So I'll keep this 2 pi same. Here also I'll keep it as 2 pi itself because it will be easier for me to do. So then I can do this. So I get this as 2 pi into 30. So let's keep this as it is. Now you have to find the diameter of this C. So C is 2 pi r and I have got this circumference as 2 pi multiplied by 30. So that becomes 2 pi multiplied by r. So 2 pi gets cancelled. You get the radius as 30 centimeter. But they are asking you to find the diameter. So that will be 2r. So that will be 2 multiplied by 30 which gives me 60 centimeter. So this was the 19th question. Now let's see the 20th question. So what does my 20th question says? 20th question says that the circumference of a circle. So the circumference of a circle is 8 times the circumference of the circle. Let's keep this as C1 and the radius of this C1 is given to me as 12 centimeter. So you have to find the radius of the circle. You have to find the diameter. So diameter of this circle. So now let's see. So circumference I can write this as this is 8 times of 2 pi r1. So that becomes 8 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 22 by 7 multiplied by r1 is 12. Now this I don't know. 2 pi r I don't know. I don't know the radius. So here also again what I can do? I can keep this 2 pi as it is. So 8 into 2 pi multiplied by, I can give this as 12. So 2 pi gets cancelled. So what I get r is nothing but 96 centimeter. So this was the 20th question. Now let's see the 21st question. So the 21st question says that the radius of two circles are given to you. So what are the radius of two circles? And here they have given it to you in the ratio. So the radius of two circles ratio is given to you as 3:5. So can I write that let R1 will be equal to 3x and let R2 will be equal to 5x? Yes, you have to find the ratio of their circumference. That means you have to find C1 by C2. So C1 is 2 pi R1 and C2 is 2 pi R2. So 2 pi gets cancelled. R1 is 3x, R2 is 5x. So x gets cancelled. So the ratio is 3:5. That means both the ratios are equal. Why? Because 2 pi gets cancelled. So ultimately what is this leading to? This is leading to C1 by C2 is equal to R1 by R2. So both will be equal. So this was 21st question. Now let's go to 22nd question. So again now here they are telling that the circumference ratio is given. So circumference ratio is given to you as 5:7. So you have to find the ratio of their radius. So R1 is to R2. Similar to this. So here I can write that C1 by C2 will be equal to 2 pi R1 divided by 2 pi R2. Here also 2 pi gets cancelled. C1 I can write this as 5x. C2 I can write this as 7x. X gets cancelled. So that will be equal to R1 by R2. So R1 by R2 is also equal to 5:7. So this was the 22nd question. Now let's move on to the 23rd question. So the 23rd question says that the perimeter of two squares. So they have given you P1 is to P2. They have given that P1 is to P2 is 8:15. And they are telling you to find the ratio of their sides. That means let us say that they are telling you to find S1 is to S2. So can I write that P1 by P2 is equal, what's the perimeter? Yes, that is 4 multiplied by side of first. Let us keep it as side 1 and let us keep this as side 2 or S2. Now what is the perimeter given? Can I write this as 8x by 15x? Yes. So now here also 4 gets cancelled. So what is remaining? Let us write this as S1 by S2. So x gets cancelled. So what is the ratio? Ratio is 8:15. So I can say that again. Why? Because you can see that 4 is getting cancelled. So you are getting P1 by P2 is equal to S1 by S2. So what is the ratio of perimeter? The same will be the ratio of the side. So this was the 23rd question. Now the last question of this exercise says that, okay, there is another 24th question is same thing. Now they have given you the length of the sides. That means they have given you S1 is to S2 here. So what is S1 is to S2? It is again 8:15. So you have to find the ratio of P1 is to P2. Same thing. So can I write P1 by P2 is 4 times S1 by 4 times S2. So again 4 gets cancelled. So P1 by P2 is equal to S1 by S2. So now that means P1 by P2 as S1 by S2 is given to you as 8 by 15. So that is also the ratio of P1 by P2 because both are equal. So this was the 24th question. Now moving on to the last question of this chapter. So they have given you the side of the square. So they have given that the side is 44 centimeter and they are telling you to find the perimeter. So first find this, then we'll move ahead. So perimeter will be what? It will be 4 into side. So that means it is going to be 4 into 44. So that is giving me 176 centimeter. So this is done. Now they are telling that the perimeter of square which I found out that is equal to the circumference of circle. So can I write that 176 is equals to 2 pi r. So they are telling you to find the radius. So what is going to be my radius? Radius is going to be 176 divided by 2 pi. So that becomes 176 divided by 44 by 7. Then when I reciprocal this becomes 7 by 44. So this gets cancelled by 4 times. So I get my radius as 28 centimeter. So the radius of the circle is 28 centimeter. So this was the last question of this exercise. So I hope you all are clear with the first exercise of this chapter. Now in the next video, I will be telling about, we will be solving the next exercise of this chapter. That is nothing but 23b. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you everyone and bye bye. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click on subscribe button so that you'll be getting notified with all the videos which I'll be uploading. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.